Let's look ahead then to the other two quarterfinals coming tonight. Holders PSG host Liverpool. It's a repeat of last season's round of 16 tie. How do you see this one going?
Well, fascinatingly, Julia, last year, Liverpool got a win at the Parc but it was incredibly undeserved. They only had one shot on target in the entire game. Harvey Elliott scored late on in that one. They then lost to PSG at home. It went to penalties. Donnarumma's display kind of gave PSG the belief that they could go all the way in that competition. But PSG's record against English sides in this competition since the start of last season is absolutely phenomenal. So they knocked out Liverpool last year, as I already mentioned. They beat Man City in the group stage last year. They beat Aston Villa, they beat Arsenal. This season, they've drawn with Newcastle, they've beaten Spurs twice, and they've just beaten Chelsea 8-2. So Liverpool, any Premier League opponent, doesn't really hold that much fear for this PSG side, especially given the fact that Liverpool are coming off 2 consecutive defeats since that comeback win against Galatasaray. They lost against Brighton in the Premier League, and they were thrashed 4-0 by Man City in the FA Cup. So this is really Liverpool's only chance of silverware this year. But I think it would be one of the shocks of the tournament if they managed to beat PSG.
Well, if they do manage to beat PSG or have any chance, Liverpool will have to keep Khvicha, Kvaratskhelia quiet, something Chelsea couldn't do in the last round.
Yeah, absolutely. He was imperious in that. He was also great last year at Anfield. He had 5 shots in that game. He created 2 chances. And since the start of last season, Kylian Mbappe is the only player to be directly involved in more Champions League goals than Khvicha's 16. He's been directly involved in 11 this season. I think it's 7 goals and 4 assists. His impact since joining from Napoli last January, it was crucial behind PSG's eventual treble win. And actually coming into this game, Ousmane Dembélé is back in really great form as well. He scored 2 goals against Toulouse at the weekend. That took PSG 4 points clear of Lens with the game in hand. It looks like Ligue 1 is going to be wrapped up. They can fully turn their attention to the Champions League and retaining that title. And I make them very strong favourites for this tie.
Liverpool head into tonight's UEFA Champions League quarter-final first leg against Paris Saint-Germain at the Parc des Princes with the weight of a troubled season on their shoulders, raising the tantalizing question, can the Reds produce a shock result against the in-form French giants? The tie kicks off at 8 p.m. British Summer Time on Wednesday, April 8, 2026, with PSG arriving as strong favourites after a dominant domestic campaign and impressive European progress, while Liverpool sit outside the Premier League top 4 and were recently humiliated 4-0 by Manchester City in the FA Cup. Arne Slot's side have shown moments of quality this season, particularly in Europe, where they overturned a deficit against Galatasaray with a memorable 4-0 thrashing at Anfield featuring a Mohamed Salah hat-trick. Key players like Salah, Florian Wirtz, Dominik Szoboszlai, and Alexis Allister could cause problems if Liverpool click, while Alexander Isak's return to the squad adds attacking depth from the bench. Slot has urged his players to draw on Liverpool's historic resilience, calling for a strong reaction after recent setbacks and emphasizing the need for intensity and belief against PSG's dangerous frontline of Ousmane Dembélé, Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, and others. However, the reality is daunting. Liverpool's form has been inconsistent, with defensive fragility and late concessions plaguing their campaign. PSG boasts superior squad depth, home advantage in a cauldron-like atmosphere, and tactical fluidity under Luis Enrique. Predictions heavily favor the hosts, with many experts forecasting a comfortable PSG win. For Liverpool to shock the football world, they would need a near-perfect performance, clinical finishing, rock-solid defending, and perhaps a touch of Anfield-style magic transplanted to Paris. A positive result, even a narrow defeat with a goal to take back to Anfield, would keep the tie alive and buy Slot vital breathing space amid mounting pressure on his future. The stakes are enormous. Victory or a credible showing could reignite Liverpool's European dreams and silence critics, while another heavy loss might accelerate calls for change at Anfield. Tonight offers a platform for redemption in what has been a frustrating season. Can the Reds defy the odds and deliver a famous European night? The football world will be watching closely. Please like and subscribe.